Let's discuss the executive powers of the president. American president is the head of executive. All the executive actions are taken in his name, and he is responsible for enforcement of all federal laws. Another important function is that American president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. He is the supreme commander, and that's why he is responsible for defense. Declaration of war. Although this power vests in Congress, yet in some cases the president may declare war, as President Truman took police action in Korea without authorization by Congress. Appointments of government officials. He appoints different officials to federal departments, some by the president alone and some with the consent of Senate. Foreign policy. The American president has a great role in foreign policy and foreign relations. Although all the agreements and treaties are ratified by the Congress, yet the president's role cannot be neglected, as he is the representative of the America. Let's discuss the legislative functions now. He has the veto power. As we know, all the bills passed by Congress are referred to the President for his approval. The President can reject a bill and return it to House with or without his amendments. In such a case, a bill must be repassed by Congress by its two-thirds majority, and then it will be obligatory on the part of President to give consent. Pocket veto. The President has the power to reserve the bill, but it becomes law after 10 days if Congress is still in session. But the bill is killed if the Congress adjourns before expiry of 10 days, and this is called pocket veto. Messages. The President may send messages proposing some legislative measures. Many laws owe their origin to presidential messages. For example, Monroe Doctrine was transmitted to Congress through messages. Special session. The President has the power to convene special session of Congress, as the President Wilson convened a special session of Congress in 1913. Delegated legislation. The President has the power to make certain rules and regulations. He can legislate on his own authority. Rules making in the form of executive orders. As we know, Congress makes laws in general outlines. Details are left to be filled by executive, and these rules and regulations thus made have the force of law, and this is called delegated legislation or rule-making power. Judicial powers. The President has the power to grant pardon, reprieve, or amnesty to all offenders convicted for the breach of federal laws, except those impeached by Senate. He cannot grant pardon under state laws, and he has the power to appoint federal judges, but with the consent of Senate. Financial powers. Although financial powers vested in Congress, yet the President has a greater role in the general preparation of budget, and it is prepared under the supervision of president. Senate can amend it, but the general practice shows that it is left as it is. That's why the president can be called as the general manager of financial affairs, as he looks after the financial affairs of the government. So I would like to share some quotes regarding the presidency. Lord Bryce regards American president as the greatest office in the world. Haskins declares that American president is the foremost ruler in the world. So these quotes show the vast powers of the American